Beautiful voice, Ryan. I think we should sing a different song though. Let's do it at the same time. Ready? Hit it. You know what song I'm feeling right now. Look in my eyes. 1, 2, 3, go.
The tiger.
Oh, I was gonna do
The WrestleMania.
the WrestleMania
song.
theme. Well,
Oh.
I have the Tigers close enough.
We're
I guess.
we're never syncing up.
I know.
We can't do it.
Ugh. Anyway, welcome to Squared Circle Cinema. I'm Mike Big Tobacco Ryan, and with me, he is Ryan Bruckner. Oh, damn it! I was gonna say like a nickname for you, but you know what? You already have a nickname, so I didn't have to think up one. Okay, and I'm not gonna try too hard in this podcast, trying to think up things, because sometimes we just need to let life live as it is. Ryan, you already have a nickname, and it's the Muffler.
Let life live.
Yeah.
I love to let life
I
live.
love lamp, and I love to let life live. Ryan,
that
the
was
Muffler
beautiful.
Bruckner. No, I'm a little giddy because we are on the last leg on the road to WrestleMania, man.
Yeah, I love this time.
To
of
me,
year.
this is like, December 23rd, which is even better than WrestleMania even. This weekend is going to be killer.
Yeah.
I always love it. You got the NXT from the host city, and then you got the Hall of Fame, and then a nice 7-hour-long.
Yeah. And you know, the last one was so bad. This one can only be better.
It can't be any worse.
Yeah, it can't be any
If
worse.
it could match WrestleMania 31,
which is very difficult because
Very
that's
difficult,
one of the best ones.
but what if, if they fit a proper formula? I'm a little concerned about the time. The good part about having it on pay-per-view was that they had a hard 3 hours, so they would produce a much tighter show.
Yeah.
They'd have beats they'd have to hit. They'd have 3-act structure, and they'd have callbacks. And then it was boom, hard out. And now it's an 8-hour program because they own the goddamn network.
Yeah,
They could just
keep
go out. I'm
going
afraid
and
it's going to
going and
drag
going.
way, way, way too long.
I can't tell you how much air was sucked out of the AT&T Stadium when the Triple H Roman Reigns main event actually took place.
Everyone was half asleep.
Everybody was tired.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, "Who gives a shit?"
And they always say like, "Oh, well, you can't hear them because the sound travels up." No, they're probably all just really quiet. You could
Yeah.
hear 100,000 people, in an
definitely
open
could.
air. The sound.
You heard them when
Whereas
Stone
the
Cold
acoustics
Steve
in a
Austin
basketball
came
arena
out.
bounce off the walls, so you really can't hear 100,000 fucking sex offenders.
Yeah, the pop when Steve Austin came out and stunned people.
Yeah,
I heard 100,000 people.
yeah.
I did not hear it when Roman Reigns won.
That's definitely what separates WrestleMania 31 from 32. There were pops throughout the event.
Yeah, the
and
pop
everyone's
when-
energy was up during the main event.
Yeah, Seth Rollins came out.
Yeah, and it
I
started
get
opened as a
chills just
squash
thinking
match,
about
and
it.
and like everyone's was standing and like kill him, yeah.
Yeah,
And then Reigns has his comeback, and then there's a surprise twist at the end when Seth Rollins came out. That was insane, man.
and people just stood and watched him celebrate, and nobody left.
We were on such a high leaving that.
Yeah,
Everybody was.
yeah, it was great.
There was an electric. That was an electric atmosphere. Now, do you think it was the crowd helped out the show, or the show, or vice versa?
The show
Was it such a great show?
The show was good, and they spread out great moments
Yeah.
from match to match. So they just carried this momentum into the main event.
Because, wrestling fans aren't just going to give you the benefit of the
Yeah.
doubt. They're going to boo if they're not entertained.
Or they're just not going to do anything.
Right,
They're
and that's the
gonna
worst.
Get on their phones and look at pictures of Paige
Yeah.
fingering herself or
Man,
something.
I couldn't find it.
Oh, it was something.
She was diddling both holes? Well, there's
She was-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes
She
if you count the nostrils.
She put like a butt
Ooh,
like
eye
a
sockets?
butt
to know,
plug
too.
in, and she did
Really?
some dildoing. And then there's a picture. There's a
She went with a butt
video
plug?
of her having sex with Xavier Woods
Yeah.
while Brad Maddox films. them.
Wow. Man, so Xavier Woods he's up to party
Yeah, he's up to have a threesome with another dude.
on camera.
Yeah.
Huh. Why be? Is that just that risky behavior of being caught? Why film it?
I know.
Why?
I think it's
Was Paige trying to
it's
make
a generational thing. Everything is recorded now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
there's
she went with
even
the
one
butt
of
plug,
her
huh?
riding Brad Maddox in a backstage locker room.
Wait, how many are there? So we're
There's
just
ton-
bombarded with sex tapes of Paige? They're just
Yeah,
coming out left
there's
and right?
Tons of them.
That means she had an obsession. She's a weird, she's
Yeah,
a sadistic woman.
Gets freaky.
She wants to be filmed.
She gets freaky.
God, could you imagine? Have you ever inserted a butt plug on your person?
I have not.
I can also say that I have not either. I don't. Why
I've been
would?
shooting a lot of water up my butthole lately, though. That's for sure.
Oh, you got that
My
Fleet Cinema.
bidet. My bidet.
Oh, the bidet. Yeah. Well, do you want to go over the card, or do you want to just watch it as it happens at my mom's house?
I feel
Because
like
I'm throwing WrestleMania again, buddy.
You are
You know it.
throwing it again.
Yeah.
I almost feel like maybe I would rather not do a live recording of our reaction to WrestleMania. It's too damn long.
Oh yeah,
I
I
just
know.
want to enjoy it.
I think so. So, are we
These
going to have a
bonus
big
shows,
four?
They don't get much buzz.
All right. So you want to just give up on it just like that? I also do not want to record on WrestleMania. I like to just enjoy.
I want to
it.
enjoy it. So sorry if you like to hear us drunkenly make no sense during a WrestleMania wrestling.
I honestly
card.
think I'm the does your wife listen to those episodes?
I don't even think
I know
she
my
does.
mother does not. She does not like it. She thinks the language is even more salty.
So let's just kind of go over the card now.
All right.
Andre the Giant Battle Royal again. Only 3 people as of today have been, or 4 people have been declared to enter.
Okay. Who are those
Mojo
4?
Rawley, Apollo Crews, Big Show, Kurt Hawkins.
Okay.
I think the Big Show is going to win again. He's got abs now. The whole thing with Shaq didn't.
Wait a minute. Oh, it didn't
pan
happen.
out. I
Yeah,
guess
that's
Shaq wanted
right.
Too much money.
Oh, that's
couldn't agree to
unfortunate. I was like
terms.
telling everyone that Shaq's going to be in this damn thing.
And Big Show on social media has been like shaming Shaq
Oh, good.
over it.
Maybe he'll show up or something?
I don't know. I also kind of hope maybe some old timers are in this. And
Yeah, that's always
that'd be
fun.
cool if like an old timer.
You know, I always I was going to go like, the darn Battle Royal again. But it's like not a bad Battle Royal. They get pretty clever with these.
Yeah, that usually some guy that wouldn't have had a match gets to have like a cool moment.
Yeah.
You know? Like
There's
the
usually a good
Miz
finish.
and Mizdow moment. That
Right.
was cool.
That was awesome at WrestleMania 31.
Yeah.
That was in the opening match, and that was one of my favorite moments. Like, I think that moment rivaled the curb stomp, I think.
You said that was like your favorite all time moment, and now you're saying
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. I think it was like last podcast or something.
Shut the
You
fuck up and
fucking
take that
asshole.
belt off, piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm wearing a belt. This belt says WrestleMania Party Champion.
Oh, man.
It's a custom belt
Why the
and
fuck
I'm
do you
wearing
buy
it.
a custom belt like that, man?
because
It's
we
my belt.
made a short film that will premiere any day now on YouTube. Please, fans, search The Sunday Night Wars. It's about 2 dudes, me and Mike,
See, what? What are you talking about?
battling over
Wait. So you're not coming to my WrestleMania party?
superiority.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying I'm throwing my own WrestleMania party, brother.
Yeah, good luck with that. No one's going to fucking show. All right?
We'll see
Something
what
called
happens.
tradition.
We'll see what happens. Sometimes tradition needs to be ruffled.
Dude, okay, so you're not bringing the quinoa salad then? Because I was going to ask, was that feta in there?
Yeah.
These are lines that were edited from
Yeah.
the Sunday Night Wars coming at you.
How was it for
See,
you?
how I was
making
gonna-
this film.
How I was going to play it, though, and this is pretty smart on your part. I was going to say, like, oh, there's a documentary crew filming my WrestleMania party, and then that would be the short. But you know what? It's not a mockumentary, so it wouldn't work that way.
Yeah, and it's going to come out before WrestleMania anyway.
Yeah.
So this wouldn't make sense at all.
The Sunday Night Wars, you could find it on our Tumblr page. You could find it on our Twitter. You could find it on our Facebook. You could find it on Squared Circle Cinema Facebook. And most importantly, you can find it on squaredcirclecinema.com and YouTube and Daisyland.
It's gonna be
man,
everywhere.
it's gonna
baby.
be everywhere. People just
It's a
search the Sunday
big
Night Wars. It's
deal.
gonna show
It's
up.
funny.
It
was a labor of love.
What was your experience? I know you asked me that. I'm turning the
was
tables on you.
A love letter to the wrestling business, and I really enjoyed it.
I had a goddamn ball making it with you. We cranked it out in 4 days. It was a 2-weekend shoot. Buddy Tyler edited the shit out of it. Looks great, sounds great. I'm looking forward to seeing the finished product.
You had a ball. I might have seen your balls.
True. Yeah. I'm wearing
Moving
wrestling
on.
trunks.
Cocktail weenies coming up. We've got tag team triple threat. Don't care at all about this match. Hopefully,
Who are the
Cesaro-
participants?
It's Gallows and Anderson, the champions, versus Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus Cesaro and Sheamus.
In an I don't care match.
That's pretty good. I think this will probably be Enzo and Cass's big moment because they've never won the belts. Probably.
All
Their
right.
WrestleMania moment.
Oh, cool.
Cruiserweight championship.
Wait a minute,
match.
though. Let's go back to Enzo Amore. What if he just has a great, entrance? Like what if their entrance is great? He does the pop. Maybe he does something original for once and not the same damn script he's been reading.
I mean, it could be funny. Well, it all remains to be seen.
But have you ever seen 80,000 fans say, you can't teach that? That's going to be amazing, Ryan. I'm kidding.
Neville versus Austin Aries in a Cruiserweight championship match. I'm actually really looking forward to this.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Neville as a heel is pretty
Probably going to be a good
pretty
match.
great. This could
Here's
be
one thing that this
the match
WrestleMania
of the show.
has going for it, because we were pushing 7 hours last year too, right? More matches already. I think like they released 12 matches or 11 matches like 2 weeks ago.
There's 12.
I think there could be like, is the card
I
settled?
think this is
They
it.
might throw one more in. You never
They
know.
might have
And there's going to be a segment which will be the length of another match.
They might have a SmackDown Tag Team Championship match.
And now, so this is 12 match. I'm assuming 2 are going to be in the pre-show, maybe even 3.
I'm not sure. Well, that'll remain.
So the
to
main
be
card is
seen.
probably like, if the main card's 10 matches, that's a lot. That's not
Yeah.
bad.
We've got a multi-women match for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
You preferred like more matches, right? If I may interject here, like weren't you kind of bummed in the mid '90s when WrestleManias would be like 7 matches compared to WrestleManias 4, 5, and 6, where there's like 14 and plus matches?
I don't necessarily prefer either.
No,
way.
let's
I
say as
just
a
want
kid,
everything to be entertaining.
right? I don't know. For some reason, it really bothered me. Like the more matches, the more variety, the better. Like as a kid, at least.
No, it
And
doesn't.
I guess I
bother
still
me.
hold on to that.
Well, yeah, I don't really care about this multi-woman match. Don't think anything good will come of it.
Oh my God! Next game night, Ryan. I just thought of the best game we could play with the wife, my lady. Guess that card, right? So you yell out a WrestleMania, and then you have to guess how many matches are on the card.
That sounds.
Guess
awful.
that card. The wife's gonna love it.
She will throw up.
Yell out WrestleMania 9 for me.
No. Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin for the IC title.
Baron,
Probably
who's
another
Baron
s-
Cobain?
Baron Corbin.
Baron
Baron
Cobain.
Corbin.
Yeah.
Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice in a mixed tag match.
Oh.
I think this might be fun.
Okay. Great.
Reminiscent of Dusty Rhodes and
Sapphire versus Macho King and Sherry.
with the crown jewel, baby.
Circa Doink and Dink versus Jerry Lawler and.
No, not
Okay.
like that at all.
All right.
Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens. What a almost year-long build
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
to this.
Doink and Dink versus Jerry Lawler and Jerry Smaller.
Thank you for going back to that.
No. I wasn't going back to it. I just thought of the joke that would
Yeah.
have. I was going
Yeah.
back to it by definition.
Jericho and Owens.
I'm already bothering you like a lot. I could tell. I'm sorry.
Just say something about Jericho and Owens. Let's move.
Oh, cool. Yeah, this might be my favorite match of the card. I think they had an incredible feud leading up to this match. That destruction there in that one segment, this Day in Your Life, Kevin Owens was incredible.
It was a festival of friendship.
Yeah. Well, whatever. It was funny. It was a good build.
Yeah, this is a good.
This is the most
You think,
compelling storyline.
Chris Jericho, this is actually for the U.S. Championship.
Jericho's putting over Kevin Owens,
You think
no
so?
doubt. I
And
would
then
put,
he's going away for a while.
yeah, I would put thousands of dollars on that.
All right.
Can you gamble in wrestling?
Actually, you can.
Really?
There's like a new website that's like pro wrestling gambling.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I was thinking about trying it, but it seems kind of stupid too.
It seems risky. Like, I mean, what if you're in on it somehow?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It'd be a
Yeah.
little risky. Like,
Yeah,
this
what
guy
if
knows
Vince-
everything.
Vince McMahon
If
puts
Vince McMahon's on it.
$1 million on an
V
underdog.
McMahon 7942. It's like
Yeah.
that's his username.
Yeah,
I am Vince McMahon.
Vince
That's
McMahon
like his
puts
bio.
$1 million for Apollo Crews to win the battle royal.
And it's like, spoiler alert, because his bio's like, I am Vince McMahon. I own the WWE. And, like, people would still do
What a
it.
scam.
Yeah. I know.
There's a movie there.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, then you got the fatal 4-way: Sasha Banks,
Yes.
Charlotte, Bailey,
Yes,
and Nia
yes,
Jax.
Yes. God,
It's
I'm
like,
trying to get my niece into Sasha Banks so much. It's not working.
How many times can we see all these gals wrestle each other, though? I think they should blend the SmackDown and Raw women's rosters. There's not enough women.
I've noticed, okay, I do not think this is going to be a good match. I've noticed in pay-per-views, the women's matches are not nearly as good, or are nearly,
I'd
I
say
think they're
the
not as
women's
good. They're
match
not
from
nearly as good.
Last WrestleMania was the best match. Of
Yeah,
the
but
whole
still,
card.
it's not nearly on the level
Of
of what
NXT,
Bailey
yeah.
and Sasha Banks were doing on NXT.
Yeah.
So I think there'll be too much clutter. There's going to be a lot of missed spots, probably.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be great.
I love every single one of those women, though. Like,
Even Nia Jax,
yeah, yo, come on, dude.
she's not. Very
She's like
good.
my girl, man.
She can't cut a promo. She's slow in the ring.
I'm objectifying though right now.
Um,
As far as Nia Jax, I just want to. Okay.
oh my. Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles.
All right. Meh.
I mean, can't we do better for AJ Styles after the year he had?
And you know what? This feels like a match where there's not going to be a Shane spot. I doubt there's going to be like a crazy Shane
He already
spot
did his
because those happen when he's like up against monsters.
for the build up. He did
I guess
his
Steve Blackman wasn't really a monster.
For the build up. He did his giant elbow drop to the outside already.
Okay.
So I'm sure he'll do something.
Okay.
Undertaker versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Sure.
Think Roman's gonna win. I hope Roman really plays the heel.
You
here.
say this every year. You predict Undertaker to lose every year since WrestleMania 30. Do you realize that?
You think he's gonna beat Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
That's
Only
their-
because you're always wrong. You
that's
always
their
predict
golden boy.
Undertaker, and then you're going to say, and this will be his last match. And this is exactly what you said last year.
I don't think I predicted.
Yeah, you did.
Shane McMahon to beat the Undertaker. Did I?
I think you did. And then you're like, and
How
then he's
could-
going to leave his elbow pad in the ring, and he's going to walk away, and they'll never see the Undertaker again.
He actually did leave his gloves in the ring last year, though. You fucking asshole.
No, he
He
didn't.
did do that.
You're thinking of John
back-
Cena in that
go
Father
back
John
and-
Misty video.
Go back and watch it. He leaves his MMA gloves in the ring.
Hey, that means he was retiring MMA. That means he's going to turn down MMA when Dana White approaches him.
Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship.
Okay.
Let's see what happens, I guess. Can Goldberg go more than 5 minutes? That's the real question here.
Yeah.
I, for one, kind of hope it's a recreation of their other WrestleMania match where the whole crowd completely shits on it.
Well, they're definitely not going to do the squash match
They
for
can't.
Goldberg, right?
There
That would
been-
alienate so many people.
There've been
I
too
can't
many
believe they did that with
squashes.
Payback. Or no, Fastlane.
Yeah,
I can't believe they did that. Who's going to go for this shit?
yeah. I think I'm hoping everybody shits on it, but
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar is gonna win for sure. I think. And then apparently the main event is going to be Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton,
I
according to
don't think
Wikipedia.
I don't think Brock Lesnar's going to win, dude.
Oh, I think he's going to win.
Huh. Okay, I'm going to be...
If
all right.
Goldberg wins, he's still the champion. He's going to have to keep showing up all
right.
the time.
See, I need stakes. For this to be even more interesting and fun, I need stakes, kind of, because I don't give a shit about this card. So I'm going to be...
Porterhouse?
Stakes,
Oh.
I think. I have to write it down, though. So I'm going to go Goldberg. Like, I don't want him to win, but I think Bill Goldberg is going to win. I'll bet you $5,000. All we have to do is go on free gamble. What would you call the gambling?
Bet me $5,000.
What's the gambling website called?
I don't know. I have to go back and listen to Bruce Pritchard's podcast because it's an advertiser on that show. I think it's like betonprowrestling.com.
Okay.
Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton burned down Bray Wyatt.
Wait, this is the main event?
Shaq. Yes, the main event.
Oh, that's...
Whoa,
we got some arson involved in storylines?
Wins.
That's kind of R-rated. That's like PG-13 right there.
I hope Bray Wyatt wins.
I do too. And I think he will. We are in agreement.
If he wins, we'll be happy and we'll celebrate it as a great WrestleMania 33.
Wait, that's probably not going to be the main event.
On Wikipedia, that's listed at number 1 out of the 12 matches, and Brock Lesnar, Goldberg is number 2.
They did the same thing with The Undertaker versus CM Punk at WrestleMania 28. Okay?
They didn't.
Yes, they did. And was it the main event? No. And was it WrestleMania 28? I can't remember. Might have been 27. Might have been 29. I think it was WrestleMania 29. Well, speaking of WrestleManias, Ryan, what's the best WrestleMania main event of all time? Look into my eyes, man. You know it, buddy. The first ever.
The first one, yes.
Now, would you consider that a mixed tag team match? It was Roddy Piper and Cyndi Lauper versus Hulk Hogan and Mr. T.
No, you're completely incorrect. You're totally incorrect.
Paul Orndorff. I'm just joking.
Cyndi Lauper was in the Wendy
Good
Richter.
enough
In Wendy Richter.
For you, it's... Well, then she was the ring announcer or something. She was involved in the main event.
Did you even watch this?
No, I
you
did
didn't
not
watch it, you fucking asshole.
No, I didn't
thought
know I
you
was
were supposed to watch it.
Didn't watch it. Did you tell me to watch it?
I told you to watch it.
All right. I remember. Okay, no. I'm just going off of memory then. Who was? It was Liberace. Liberace was the
guest timekeeper. Fuck. And he brought his own little dainty bell and he rang it.
Billy Martin.
Billy Martin was the
announcer. Okay, for the main event.
Yeah. And is there anything of note that you have to say about Billy Martin since you're a baseball fan?
I know that he hated Reggie Jackson, and Reggie Jackson hated him.
Reggie Jackson.
He pulled him out of the game in the middle of an inning because he was just like, Reggie Jackson's a dick, right? And he just pulled him out of the game. Then that escalated into a huge fight between him and Billy Martin. This is the Yankees, mind you.
Damn.
I think he was one of the greatest managers of all time. Reggie Jackson's a badass.
I love his.
He was a little stiff in Naked Gun.
And his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just cranking. His swing's beautiful.
The Fink actually had to help Billy Martin find his place on the piece of paper he was reading.
He was probably trashed.
Yeah.
I think actually Gene Okerlund said something like that. Like they were going out beforehand, or he was hung over or something. He was like, I didn't think Billy was going to make it. And he didn't.
How much do you think Liberace was paid for this? All he did was do a little can with the Rockettes,
with the Rockettes.
And then he rang a little dainty bell, and that's it.
I don't know, $25,000 for 1985 money.
$25,000.
That would be my guess.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, for 85. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but it's not insanely high, but it's he knew it would be an easy payday.
Oh, I wish this was in the Liberace movie.
Wait a minute, though.
Behind the candelabra.
Here we go. What's 1985? 1985 is MTV, Cyndi Lauper. I think we're underestimating how popular WrestleMania 1 was. Maybe Liberace wanted. Maybe his people approached WWF.
This could really be big for Liberace.
I don't know, at Madison Square Garden, on closed circuit television. It was like this new thing. Like, who knows if it would have, taken off. And I guess it did in a niche kind of a way.
And then Muhammad Ali as your outside the ring referee, Pat Patterson inside the ring.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali was looking
is
pretty
like
good
the
when his hand.
enforcer.
He was looking good out there.
That's one thing on commentary that Mean Gene and Jesse kept saying about everybody is how good they looked. They
He's
said
looking good out there,
Yeah, they said it
Mean
about,
Gene. Oh, look how good he looks.
Yeah, Liberace,
Oh, look.
Billy Martin, they all look great.
I don't know, Jesse. It looks pretty good to me.
And then Mr. T, he looked pretty small compared to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember in, I don't know, some documentary on the WWE Network. Like, it was really difficult to work with Mr. T. Like, he
Oh.
didn't know what the hell he was doing in there.
You know what I noticed is like the parts where he was in the ring, they actually did amateur wrestling.
Oh,
Like,
really?
It was like just a total, like Orndorff and Piper were doing legitimate like leg rides, and they were doing like sit outs. This was amateur
Interesting.
wrestling that they did whenever Mr. T was in the ring. And then he got like a couple of bodies. He got a hip toss on Orndorff, and he got 2 body slams on Roddy Piper. To be honest with you, I thought this match was good. It was well paced.
I'm sorry that I didn't watch it, man.
They start out just stalling, like letting the crowd drink it in. I can't believe this is happening.
Oh, good.
And they're all just playing to the crowds. Like you start
Hogan
off
was
with
good
like
at that.
Orndorff and Hogan,
And Roddy Piper
and they
was
just circle
great at
around.
that.
But then Mr. T and Piper insist on being tagged in. So they just each
Ooh.
tag them in. They go slow, slow, slow.
He did.
5 minutes in,
He can't do that, ref.
everybody just brawls in the ring. Everybody from the outside, Orndorff, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Ali, Pat Patterson, everybody. It's a whole melee. They clear it out.
Everybody?
Everybody's in there. They clear it out, and then they get into the match, and then the match ends on a crazy finish. Hogan doesn't even get his shit in. He doesn't do a leg drop. He doesn't do anything. It ends with Orndorff behind Pat Patterson's back, trying to hit Hogan with his cast off the top rope.
Yeah.
Hogan moves, or not. Orton hits Hogan with his cast.
Orndorff. Paul Orndorff. Mr.
Orndorff is
Wonderful.
holding Hogan. Cowboy Bob Orton
Oh, I'm
is
sorry.
on the top rope. He misses Hogan, hits Orndorff,
Oh,
and Hogan pins Orndorff for the 1, 2, 3.
wow.
It's great.
Huh. You never told me to watch it. Like, I'm going back and I'm going to look at my texts, man.
I told you
swear
to watch
God.
it.
I don't remember this
I
at
told
all.
you to watch it because why? Because this ties into what?
Ryan? Okay. Well, in a previous pod, right, we discussed Paradise Alley starring Terry Funk because that's what we do. And Sylvester Stallone is in that movie too. And your theory on that film is that basically it's a rough draft of Rocky. Sylvester
It's not a
Stallone's
theory. It's a damn fact.
It's a damn fact. There you go. So that got us to talking about Rocky. More specifically, the character Paulie, the Sancho to his Don Quixote, if you will. And despite his flaws, despite his alcoholism, his violent temper, despite his outburst that caused the sister to go into premature labor, despite his undeniable racism, like, for some reason, we find him to be a loyal and charming human being. Not charming. What's the word I'm looking for? Ultimately, a good moral human being, right? We both agree.
That's a stretch. I don't say he's a good moral human being. He's a flawed
Loyal.
character. But we did I did listen.
All right,
to
so
the
you're
podcast.
leaving morality.
You
Didn't we
said
say
he's
moral?
loyal, and I said I agree because he was in every movie.
I thought we brought morality into it. If he is
no, I
overall...
actually listened back to it.
Okay.
I
What did we
listened to
say?
it hours ago.
Okay.
And we were talking about it. I said Paulie is a composite of Armand Asante and Sylvester Stallone's characters in Paradise Alley.
Uh-huh.
And they are flawed characters, but they also have redemptive qualities. You said, and he's a bad guy, but he's a loyal guy. And I said, yes, he is.
So we were mostly focused on loyalty. So at least, at least he's loyal.
You said he's loyal. I said, yeah, he's in every
So what
movie.
you're really trying to say is we think...
Just shut up for a second. Let me say what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
You said he's loyal, and I said he's in every movie. And then you said he's like his Pancho to his Don Quixote. And then you started singing his Sancho. And then you just started singing.
I'm Don Quixote.
And then that's it. That's all we said about it.
Oh,
that's all we said about it. But apparently,
well, look,
some listener took
dude.
offense.
I finally where is it? I finally got around to open our viewer mailbag, man. And wouldn't you know it, the one right on top. Like, dude, there's literally thousands in here.
Wow.
I'm a procrastinator.
That's quite a sack.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah. Thanks. Really? You like the sack?
It's nice.
All right, cool. I mean, I made it. Well, my sister and I did at Joanne's. It's got our Sunday, got our Squared Circle Cinema emblem right there. And
yeah, it's nice.
All right, anyway. So this one comes to us from a viewer that wanted to remain anonymous, so we'll just say Ryan R. No, that's too specific. Let's go R. Riley. Simpsons joke.
Principal Skinner.
Yeah.
Lisa S.
This comes to us from Ryan R., who writes to us from Los Angeles, California. Dudes, you need to watch Rocky again. Paulie is not loyal. He's a dick. He's the one that loses all of Rocky's money, sending them to the poorhouse in Rocky 5. At every turn, Paulie fucks Rocky. Rocky is not loyal, not Paulie. Come on, you guys.
Well,
your thoughts.
Ryan, you ignorant slut. Paulie is a flawed character, but he does remain close and loyal to Rocky in every single film. Although Paulie did some horrible things, he caused Adrian to go into labor because of his abusive language.
Yeah, but she was carrying a heavy stack of pet food, though, so that could have been the cause as well.
But I mean, he shouldn't be yelling at a pregnant woman like that.
He has a violent temper.
He's jealous. He's an alcoholic. He's a very flawed human being. But who isn't? Mike, you yell at me all the time. You're still my friend.
Okay, but if I went to an arcade and there was a pinball machine with your celebratory expression on it, I wouldn't throw my goddamn scotch at it.
Who knows? You've done some mean things.
You mother...
You've done some
you
mean
son
things
of a
when
bitch.
you're drunk.
All right.
And I still take you back.
I've never thrown my whiskey bottle at a pinball machine that has your likeness on it,
there is no... That doesn't exist. There's no pinball machine with my likeness on it.
Ryan, doesn't exist yet.
Yet.
Doesn't exist yet.
Okay. Well, listen to this.
All right.
Paulie is flawed, but it's because of Paulie that Rocky met, dated, married Adrian. And it was at the meat factory Paulie worked at where Rocky began his unique training method of punching meat carcasses. Paulie also distracted the ringside security guards so Adrian could embrace Rocky in the ring after the fight with Apollo Creed was over.
There you go.
Paulie visits Rocky in the hospital after his match with Apollo. After Rocky's marriage to Adrian, he congratulates the two. Later, he gives his former meat packing job to Rocky in Rocky 2. He also buys Rocky's car after he is laid off from Shamrock Meats due to budget cutbacks. He later helps Rocky and Adrian with the baby by taking care of the baby during Rocky's match.
As a drunk, man.
Though he is disappointed.
You want some drunk watching your baby?
He's family.
Okay.
He's Paulie.
Yeah, he's
Though
blood,
he is disappointed at the beginning of Rocky's match, he eventually jumps in joy and hugs Adrian when Rocky is victorious. By the end of the film, Paulie proudly introduces his robot as my girl because later Rocky gives Paulie a robot.
Yeah,
in
that's
Rocky
right.
4. He's mean to the robot, but
That's
later
one of the
he grows
things
to accept it.
That's on his wiki
Yeah.
character wiki. It's like he has had a robot since 1987.
Yeah.
Like he has a pet robot.
In Rocky 3, Paulie, he's jealous at the beginning, but eventually he gets hired on by Rocky, and he has Rocky's back when he's fighting Thunder Lips. He gets in there.
I'm going to stop you right there. All right, we got WrestleMania. We got WrestleMania 1. We got that mixed tag team match with Cyndi Lauper. We got Hulk Hogan. We got Paulie. That segues into film number 17 of 4,899, Rocky 3, starring Thunder Lips, Hulk Hogan.
That's correct. Let's put a bow on this Paulie thing. In Creed, the most recent
Don't
Rocky
you
movie,
spoil. I already know, but don't you spoil to our listener, who happens to be Ryan
on a daily
Riley.
basis, Rocky goes to the graveyard to read the newspaper to Adrian and Paulie's graves.
Beautiful.
Because he loves Paulie. He considers him to be family.
Well, there's no doubt.
He leaves Paulie's favorite liquor next to Paulie's grave.
The same bottle of liquor that he threw at the pinball machine
Exactly.
in Rocky
Because
3.
Rocky's a really trusting guy.
I gotta
And
see Creed.
I think we see the flaws in Rocky's character. He's very naive. He's too trusting. He shouldn't have trusted Paulie with his money.
Absolutely.
That's why he went bankrupt in Rocky 5.
Like, do you?
Why are you giving Paulie your money? You know he's a fuck up.
But here's the thing.
Rocky is an idiot.
He thinks
Paulie is a drunk.
at his core. Sorry. Racist. Yeah. So like, but do you think there's some like when he communicates with Paulie, and I'm just speaking on that their relationship in Rocky 3, there's like some sort of guilt in his eyes, in The Rock's eyes. Like, do you think maybe his promo at the beginning, they were like, "Yeah, you never give me a chance on your crew. I just want to have a better job on your crew, man." Like, you know,
all you gotta do is ask.
all you gotta do is ask, Paul. But it's like he is asking in the kind of really abrasive manner, though.
Paulie definitely needs to go through some sort of therapy, learn how to deal with people.
Yeah.
He's got issues there.
Mhm.
He's bad a lot of the times,
Mhm.
but Rocky sees something.
Rocky
in him.
knows that
He's funny too. He's made in almost all the movies. He's made to be like the comedic foil.
Yeah. Like in Rocky 3 when he's like, "Hey, don't play that jigaboo music."
He's
Hilarious, Ryan.
Yeah, that's one of the funniest.
I
parts
wrote
of the
that
movie.
note down of like the reasons I hate this guy and like add racism to the list.
Paulie even took an ass whooping for Rocky in Rocky 5 because Tommy Gunn was being disrespectful.
Could you please rank your Rocky movies from 1 to now 7?
Rocky 3,
Oh!
Rocky 4,
Rocky 3, film number 17 of 4,899
Creed.
today's episode of Squared Circle Cinema.
Rocky 2,
You got Creed before Rocky 2. Oh, wow. I have to see this movie.
Rocky Balboa, Rocky 5.
I would put Rocky Balboa ahead of Rocky 4. I think Rocky 4 is overrated. I like that you put 3 above 4. I think 3 is a better drama because I think Apollo Creed's death was a little too extreme. I think Mick's character dying is perfect because it's like we kind of see it coming. If this is going to be a franchise, it's definitely going to happen sometime, just a matter of when. But you know what? As far as Rocky Balboa walking around like kind of regretful, Jesus Christ, he definitely could have saved Mick's life. Little fucking CPR.
It doesn't make any sense as to why
What happens
they
in
didn't
his-
rush Mick to the hospital immediately.
During the match.
Yeah, there's
The match.
It's a boxing match. There are medical staff.
There's
on hand.
medical staff on
There's
hand.
ambulances ready to go.
Absolutely.
He would have been taken immediately to the hospital. This makes absolutely
Absurd. And then
no
after he
sense.
dies, that's when it's like, all right, CPR. All right, Sylvester, you're an athlete. You could probably be good at this. You know
They
CPR.
just needed that death scene.
Oh, Mick!
That's the
No, we
one-
won!
I'd say that's the biggest flaw of this movie, but I still like it.
I do
think
too.
this movie is a pro wrestling movie, man. there's really nothing about this movie except an athlete's journey. Like
Yeah.
there's like with the other Rocky movies, there's like personal drama. It's really just about relationships and characters. This is about a guy, an athlete that thinks he's all that gets humbled
Yeah.
and has to rise back to the top. It's a total wrestling
It really is.
story.
But because it opens up with highest of the highs too. I mean, he's
Yeah.
on Newsweek, he's on GQ, he's on the Muppet Show. He's
Yeah.
like the biggest celebrity in the world.
I think this is
MasterCard.
probably,
He has all the great endorsements, like
yeah.
globally.
And this is a montage. I mean, every Rocky movie has a montage. I
yeah.
think this is one of the best
There are
montages they've done.
4
because
excellent montages in this movie.
They communicate so much of what's been happening since
In
the
a
end of
unique
Rocky
way.
2, in a unique
In a
way.
very unique way.
And you see that, Rocky, you're liking the smell of your own bullshit a little
Absolutely.
too much.
And you were force-fed those matches during your title run because we know you'd be victorious.
Yeah.
And
That's one of my favorite parts of Rocky movies is they always open up with like a highlight reel of
Yeah.
what happened in the last.
oh, absolutely. Yeah, well, they played the last scene. Like,
Yeah.
they replay it just to bring you up to speed. Like, okay,
Yeah.
now he's champion. Now it's his title run.
Yeah,
and
I
he's
like
on
that.
like, but I feel like this movie did succeed in like, he's at the highest of the low, and then it's a downfall, and then he's in a vulnerable stage, and he's like, it's pretty dark. He's like, I'm afraid. All right, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Mick's dead. It's like great drop, and then he's like conflicted because now he's training with the villain. Like this was the
Yeah.
bad guy.
Carl Weathers is incredible. in
Carl
this.
Weathers is the best part. It's
Best
best performance. Yeah, when they're sparring, just like there is no tomorrow. What the
Yeah.
hell's the matter with you? Like that's living vicariously through someone. Like he wanted to be in
Yeah.
the Rocky's position there.
You know what I realized watching this? Chubbs and Happy Gilmore is
Mhm.
totally modeled after
Oh, yeah.
Apollo in Rocky 3.
Huh.
And he even dies.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
He's trying to he's an old pro trying to get a new young stallion.
Yeah. He dies
He
pretty
mold him in his image.
unexpectedly as well.
Yeah, it's
That's-
kind of interesting.
Can't get more unexpected.
But then, having seen those movies
Oh yeah.
so many times, I never really made
Never
the
thought of it.
connection until I
Absolutely.
watched
Until
it
you
this time.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
I liked too. It was successful in that now, so he's humbled and then he rises to the top, but it's better than where he was. As high as he was there, now he's in a better emotional place. Now the public thinks he's a warrior because he came back after losing to Mr. T, getting his ass kicked, which I think is great. That he was actually, he's not perfect. This guy
Yeah.
kicked the shit out of him. But the fact that he can come back and retaliate and win ultimately, he's even in a better spot now.
yeah. And it just, I think this really shows how dumb Rocky can be.
Yeah.
Because he's like, Mick, we gotta fight this guy. I need this fight. And then he's like, we're gonna train hard. I'm gonna
Yeah.
live in the gym. And then
'Cause
the
he's very-
gym is like a fucking press conference,
Yeah,
a 24
yeah.
hour.
What is
press
this, Rock?
conference.
God
Like, what
damn
the
it.
fuck? How could anybody train with
Sort of
all this
sex toy
going on?
convention?
Like nobody
Yeah,
is
I know.
ever.
Oh,
gonna
get my
have a
cardio
vi-
up.
A training.
Oh, Mick. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
I'm on the
Haven't you
treadmill
seen-
here, taking pictures there. And then that was a nice contrast to what Mr. T was doing. Like he's
Yeah.
in a boiler room,
Yeah,
just sweating.
and man, that
But then at the end of that montage, then they have him doing an actual Rocky type training thing where he's
running
dragging
with
the bike.
that's
It's like,
not good enough.
It's not good enough.
It's not good
They
enough.
shouldn't have put that in there. Actually,
Yeah,
it's like all or nothing.
they should have had a bunch of reporters chasing him while he was doing that. That would have really.
Oh God,
Like,
that would have no. That would have
like
been
in like a moped. or something, taking pictures of- But that when they're doing the unveiling of the Rocky statue and Mr. Creed comes up, Mr. T comes up, and he totally cuts that promo on him. That was
Yeah.
such a wrestling
Yeah,
thing to happen.
come on, I'll show you a man.
It was a total pull apart.
Yeah,
People getting in their way.
that was awesome.
Yeah, that was totally a wrestling angle.
And
so-
this 4 years before WrestleMania 1.
Yeah. So speaking of Rocky taking his eye off the prize, let's go into the big pro wrestling sequence. He decides to take a match against Thunder Lips in a charity wrestling match.
And he gets his ass handed to him in
Yeah.
the script, in the movie, and in real life. So apparently Hulk Hogan was pretty stiff. He took I think 3 stuntmen were sent to the hospital. He fucked up Sylvester Stallone's back or something.
The ultimate male versus the ultimate meatball is what Thunder Lips said.
Can we at least get a Polaroid after this? Hey.
I mean, Hogan was so much taller than Stallone. He looks like a giant.
I looked
in
this up, and
Stallone's 5'10", Hogan's 6'8".
Hogan is actually 6'6", but he was billed as 6'8".
But hasn't he shrunk?
Maybe. But I saw something on...
Because he looked pretty damn tall here, and he looked tall in WrestleMania 1, standing next to Mr.
Something on Gawker. So it was I'm actually... he actually admitted, I was always actually 6'6". But, I mean...
he's still a big-ass fucker. Yeah, that's tall.
You're right. That was, they did not... he dwarfed... he looked... Sylvester Stallone's 5'10". That's, not short.
And...
you know?
Yeah. I
know
thought
what I mean?
Hogan, as a wrestler, looked better in this movie than most of his matches. He did, suplexes, and he did stuff that he never does.
This was his best performance.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
For sure.
And then I thought they should have ran with him as a heel. Maybe he probably wouldn't be nearly as popular, but he's a better heel.
He couldn't have been a heel at this time. This was the height of Hulkamania.
This
is pre-Hulkamania, but it was about to begin.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So it was the tail end of him being a heel.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see.
Wait, did he know that? Okay, so what's going on in the WWF at this time in 1981? Is he wearing red and yellow?
Vince Sr. was I don't think he was wearing red and yellow yet. Vince Sr. didn't want him to do the movie, so he just walked out on the company.
Oh wow.
But then Vince Jr. bought it, brought him back in.
Did you see it though,
pushed
Dad?
Him to the moon.
Dad, he was great. You blew it. I want him back.
The whole going back to the statue dedication pull apart with Mr. T.
Yep.
I wrote this down. It was a total. You ruined it, damn it!
You ruined WrestleMania.
You ruined it.
Yeah.
It was totally one of those.
As far
moments.
as Mick.
Yeah.
You get out of here.
I'll tell you why later in a more private setting. Why I don't think you should take this fight. It involves me pairing you up with really easy opponents, but I'll tell you later.
They kind of broke kayfabe in this a little bit too, making Thunder Lips all nice and stuff.
Yeah, at the end.
After.
Yeah, they did definitely. Oh, it's part of the business. That was that was a great part.
Yeah, you didn't have to be so stiff.
Hey, you're so stiff. Let's take it. Do you think that you have a better Stallone than I have?
I don't know.
Yours is pretty good. Mine
think
sucks. It's just so fun to do. I know it's bothering.
To change. Everyone can change. I was gonna bring that into my Pauly argument. Yeah, we should listen to Rocky. Pauly can change. Everyone can change.
We should listen back to our impersonations of Rocky and just decide once and for all who has the best Sylvester Stallone. That's next 2 weeks. Squared Circle Cinema.
My favorite Stallone quote is when he is his just bawling speech at the end of Rambo First Blood, the first Rambo.
Yeah.
He's just unintelligible.
Yeah, but I was moved by that scene though.
Yeah.
Because he became a child. He reverted back to
no idea what he's saying.
To PS. No. Like, they want my face. They spit at me. The shoes. The hands. The feet, man. The feet. Oh.
So, Mick dies.
Yep.
Apollo takes Rocky to LA.
Sees an opportunity
to teach him.
Takes him to the West Coast.
Yeah, teach him how it is to go back to the streets.
Did you know? I don't know. I hope I'm not undercutting your fun facts here, but this was the first utterance of "I Pity the Fool."
Yes, I read that. I did not even include it into my.
Oh, because you already knew that? Because I didn't know. I looked it up. The A-Team was 3 years after this.
Yeah, this was his first.
It literally was introducing Mr. T.
There was 1,200 people auditioned for this part,
Mm-hmm.
and he got it.
Several boxers as well.
Yeah. I mean, he was great. He's probably one of the best, most dynamic characters that really didn't even have too many scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But he was just a badass.
No, it was
and
great.
It came across like he was a badass.
Yeah,
he felt like a real boxer.
The way he treated Apollo Creed, like he hated everybody, and it was tonally, it was very consistent. This man hates everything.
Yeah, he's a killing machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's something human about him, so it's like, okay, well, this is definitely, he's probably not like that at home. He's probably doesn't treat his wife like that.
But when he's in the
when he's
in the ring, he's
there. He knows it's a strategy to do mind games and like to establish an alpha.
And he totally got into Rocky's head too, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we have talked about his wife.
He made him afraid to go back in there and get his ass kicked.
But yeah. He no one has ever gotten to Rocky's head more.
Yeah.
Right? You wouldn't say the same about Rocky 4.
Well, I mean,
because with Ivan Drago, so that's pretty specific. Like this isn't mind game. Like I gotta go get him because he killed my friend.
Yeah, no, yeah, this is like his manhood is called into question.
I love the scene on the beach with Talia Shire. That was beautiful. It was just like, I'm afraid too. Okay, you're a fighter though. This is what you do. He's like, how'd you get so tough? I live with a fighter.
Go in there and get your brains bashed in. So that you're a shell of yourself 2 movies later.
That's the same thing I thought, dude. I was like, is this... I mean, it's encouraging, I guess.
Yeah.
But it probably should be like...
Go in there and get your ass kicked.
No, but she knew that he would be a changed man. This would affect him. He would be in this state for the rest of his life. Like, I should have had that fight, and I never did. So she needed to give him that promo, like to give him that encouragement. And it worked. And I didn't think like it was a little forced because I was thinking like, how is he going to get out of this funk? What's going to cause him? Like he is so sad about Mick right now. And I thought this exterior shot on the beach at Santa Monica Pier was beautiful.
Yeah.
And it was satisfying.
Then he goes in there. He finds the eye of the tiger. He's moving. He's shucking and jiving. He's running.
And Apollo takes him around his gym.
Yeah.
And he's like, I used to have the eye of the tiger. You used to have the eye of the tiger. Look at these kids. We don't have what they have.
Yeah.
That desire to make it. We got to find it again.
And he found it. Goes in there and he pulls a total rope-a-dope strategy with Mr. T. Tries to get Mr. T, Clubber Lang, to tire himself out by just throwing punches and walking through them. And then he puts him away once he gets tired. Where did the rope-a-dope first happen? Do you know, Mike? Ali versus Foreman.
Oh, okay. Darn.
Ali versus Frazier is just an all-out, especially 3. That's just an all-out
brawl,
beating of each other.
Yeah.
That like really just
damaged
them
term
for life.
Yeah.
Foreman was the big power puncher, and Ali just like rope-a-doped him, took the punishment, let him punch himself out, and then he just started unloading.
And he didn't just start unloading. He started unloading him like verbally too.
Yeah.
He was winning. He was just like establishing dominance.
Yeah.
He's like, well, you think you're tough? Now I'm tough. You want to come into my house?
Yeah.
I love that they didn't just stick with the boxing and they actually had him communicating. Yeah.
And he totally just stole all that from Ali.
So like, look at Mr. T's demeanor now. He's hunched over.
Yeah, but man, whoever choreographs these fights for all of the Rocky
they're
movies,
not that great.
They've obviously never seen a boxing match.
Yeah, and the only difference, they relied so much on sound because literally the only difference between a hit and a miss is the way it sounds. They got the or the
yeah,
and they
both land a lot, and there's no defense. Nobody ever. They just like trade punches.
Yep.
Like there's no way any of these fights in real life would go past the first round based on the amount of shots to the face.
Yeah, but they're always shorter, typically. Like whole 9 yards, we were just getting to the football game. And that was like 30, 45 minutes even.
This one was actually the first one that the fight plays out in like real time with the rounds.
Oh, really?
All the other ones, there's montages.
Because it's only like 2 rounds.
Yeah. All the other ones, there's
Yeah,
montages.
and that's round 37. It's like, Jesus, how many rounds were there in the 70s? Well,
yeah. So then Apollo's alluding to a favor. After Rock wins the championship back, he's gonna owe him a favor, and Rock just keeps like, what favor? What favor? And the favor is they're gonna have a rematch. A secret rematch. Just the two of them.
Beautiful.
They do a callback to it in Creed. You find out.
Oh, they do.
Who wins that match?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Apollo Creed.
You should go watch it.
Apollo Creed.
I don't want to spoil it, but
Apollo
I just
Creed.
want to let you know that.
Beautiful.
So you can watch it.
Man. Love that ending.
So yeah, great movie.
But do you think they were actually fighting, or were they just kind of sparring a little bit?
I think.
Do you think they were having an actual
they weren't
legitimate?
wearing
They're gonna,
I mean, it kind of makes no sense because it's like you can't give that away for free. These people are businessmen.
Yeah, I know. They'd be.
Yeah,
I
Apollo
bet they
is
were
a
just
promoter.
sparring.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But are we just being like too? I mean, this is a film, right?
Yeah.
So does that work as far as poetic license?
I think it's cool. Like it's like a friendly thing for them to do.
But I didn't like how they sold it as like it's a surprise. I can't believe we're doing this. I can't believe it. Yeah, maybe they had to do it that way.
I think it was kind of nice.
I agree with you. I haven't seen Creed yet, and I'm assuming I'm going to rank it highly the way you were describing it. But I'm going to say, this is the second best film in the Rocky
I think
franchise.
The strength of this film is that it is a simple story and it moves very quickly. I watched this movie. It felt like an hour.
Excellent arc, excellent villain.
Yeah.
Good dialogue.
Yeah. I would give this a 8.7.
Ooh, wow.
Out of 10.
Okay. I will give it I don't know if I'm just going off of your ranking here. Your because that's high. That's really high. 8.7?
8.7.
I'm going to give it an 8.
Rocky's a 10. This is an 8.7.
Yeah. Okay, well then I'll give it a 9. Then I'll give it an 8.9.
Okay. I do have some fun facts. According to an interview given by Mr. T, he attended the movie's premiere with his mother. The mother that he taught, like he did his whole Hall of Fame speech about for WWE.
Oh.
During the scene where he yells lurid remarks at Adrian, his mother turned to him and said, "I did not raise you to talk to a lady like that."
Shit.
And she stormed out of the theater.
Oh my God. Mom.
Yeah.
There's a screenwriter. I didn't want to say it.
Here's another. I love this fact. This is a great fact. The song "You're the Best," performed by Joe Esposito, was recorded for this film, but Stallone rejected it in favor of "Eye of the Tiger." "You're the Best" was used on
Karate
Kid
Kid
in 1984.
There you go.
I love that song.
And it works perfectly in Karate Kid. Eye of the Tiger works perfectly in Rocky 3.
Yeah.
Good choice.
You needed "Eye of the Tiger" in this
movie. That riff was in my head the next 3 days.
Yeah. Of the Rocky, we already talked about that. Sorry.
And I would sing the song just doing random things in my life, like brushing teeth, going outside, gonna go to work on a Wednesday.
The fight sequence between Rocky and Thunderlips took 10 days to film.
Oh my God.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, because they had to keep hiring new stuntmen.
Yeah.
What kind of long-term did he really fuck up Sylvester Stallone, or is this just lore? Like any broken bones or anything?
Sylvester Stallone got hurt. It's kind of funny because he also got hurt by Steve Austin too.
Who
in
did?
The Expendables.
Oh yeah.
He gets hurt by wrestlers. Well, anyway.
Yeah, but Hulk Hogan would go around hurting people. You know, like who was that talk show host?
Oh yeah,
he laid out Richard Belzer. Like he had the intent to choke him out.
Yeah, I can't stand Richard Belzer.
Yeah,
so I'm happy with that.
But you could see why he did that.
Well, anyway, go out there to your YouTube machine.
Yeah.
Look up Sunday Night Wars.
The Sunday Night Wars.
The Sunday Night Wars.
The Sunday Night Wars.
Directed and edited by Tyler Dacey. Written by Mike Big Tobacco Ryan, Ryan the Muffler Bruckner. Check it out.
Check it out.
And what I've got to say is it's a dog-eat-dog world, and Mr. Perfect is a milk bone.
And I'm going to say, so then Vince McMahon said, you're going to be the Blue Blazer now.